Hi everyone, welcome to Tea Time with T. T here again. It's Saturday, and I always clean house on Saturday mornings after I've had my coffee and everything. And I just finished, so ignore the sweaty stuff. There's so many things going through Facebook right now that I want to sound off on, but since there are so many, it would just sound like a rambling mess. So I'm going to touch on something a little more personal today. My son and his roommate are coming over for dinner this evening. And it's like the second time he's been here since I've moved into this house. And I've only seen him a handful of times since he moved out of the house we was living in before. And so, needless to say, my kid's 21. And it's been me and him forever. So I miss him terribly until, he's been around, 24/7, and I want to punch him in the throat. But I guess just to say how much I've missed him, I decided to bake cookies yesterday. And I'm going to show you around the kitchen. Ignore the stacked up stuff. I've not put dishes away in it or anything. All of those bowls in the corner are full of cookies. Yes, I kind of overdid it. I made 5 different kinds, all his favorites. And I only made a single batch of each, which is like, 2 to 3 dozen of each. So he will be taking lots of cookies home with him tonight. But I don't care how old your kid gets. I don't care how much they irritate the shit out of you. If you are a truly loving parent, you will always love them. Even, during the teenage years when every time he opened his fucking mouth, he reminded me of his dad being a smartass. The traits of his dad that I didn't actually like. Because, at one point I did like his dad. I mean, I don't dislike him, but I loved him. But I see parents all the time just being totally horrible to their kids. And that makes my heart break. Or I see parents that are completely oblivious to their children. And their children are acting out because they want attention. And to a kid, any attention is attention. Whether it's negative, hateful, loving, caring, it doesn't matter. Attention's attention to a child that is needing it or wanting it. I saw a video somebody had shared on Facebook, and it brought up the subject of kids, and there's no such thing as a bad kid. Yes and no. My opinion is I have met a truly evil child. I mean, you could see the evil and feel it rolling off of them, and they had the nicest, sweetest parents, and I actually knew how the parents tried disciplining at home and everything, and they did everything in their power. And this being said, parents are not perfect because we're all humans and we make mistakes as well. And children are not perfect. But our job as parents is not to give our children every fucking thing they want. Our job as parents is to make sure they have food, make sure they clothe, make sure they have, a roof over their head, and water and stuff to bathe with. And last but not least, our job is to teach them how to be a fucking asset to society, a functioning adult, someone who's responsible for their own actions and mistakes, and let them be a contribution to society, not the spawn of Satan, so to speak. My kid was challenging. I will tell you that. He was different than any other kid that I'd helped raise. And I'd helped raise a lot by the time I had him. But we made it through. I made mistakes. I've apologized for those mistakes. And I get complimented all the time on how polite and how responsible, my kid is. But my mother when she was alive and my son was little, used to always bitch at me saying I was too hard on him. I did not want him to grow up to be a piece of shit or rude or, a thief or a liar. I wanted him to be a good person. So I tried to instill all of the things that I felt was important. Honesty, loyalty, being polite. Even when somebody, even when somebody is being rude to you, I always try to take the higher road. I'm not perfect. Yeah, I lose my shit and I go batshit crazy sometimes. But, again, I'm human. I make mistakes. I own up to it. If I've done something wrong and you point it out, hey, I will sincerely apologize because I did not mean to do that. I know there's a lot of people that they absolutely refuse to apologize because that admits that they were wrong or made a mistake. And these people have children, and those children see that. And I was bullied as a child, and I was bullied as an adult. And I tried to teach my kid not to be a bully. Thank goodness he's not. He did get his own fair share of bullying. And I tried to help him figure out what way worked for him to deal with it because it's different for everybody. I took my sarcastic, weird sense of humor and flipped it all around and, just said, fuck it. Their opinion doesn't matter. But, it is still hurtful. It still hurts inside, whether we show it or not. But I know so many parents that just, buy their kids absolutely everything they want. My kid did not get everything he wanted. He got most of what he wanted, but he had to wait for it because I was on disability. I still am. And I've been on disability since he was 3. And my hair's driving me crazy. I'm sorry. He got, most of what he wanted, but he had to wait for it because I had to save up for it. And yes, he was spoiled. And, the cookies, yeah, I spoil him. Even if I couldn't, go buy him a, $700 phone, he had a phone that worked. My advice, don't try to be your kid's best friend. Wait until they're an adult to be friends with your kid. Because while they're a kid, they need your guidance. They don't need you as a bestie. They need you to teach them right from wrong. How to be a good functioning adult. How to, take responsibility for your actions. And being their best friend and being afraid to piss them off is not doing them any favors. So, with that being said, I am going to go because I've got a few more things. I've got clothes, laundry going. And I hope you all have a great weekend. Until next time, be good to others, but especially be good to you.